Alright, alright, alright. Welcome, one and all, to another special project I'm working on here. I just cooked it up in my head. It's gonna be good. So it's the pure Python project. I'm not going to import anything, and I'm going to use Python, just pure Python. It's gonna be great. I mean, technically it's just a console, just a console game, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. All right. So let's take a look at our list here. So our task list, we will have completed tasks and incompleted tasks. Mark W's for the win. Now all judgment for how it's done can be held, to your personal opinions. I'm not gonna care. The main goals is to use only the version of Python currently installed because that could change at any point. And I'm not too deep into Python to know exactly what each version gonna hold for us. The idea is to create an interactive atmosphere with user interference and manipulation to create a narrative structure. And basically, we're gonna do that without using BGWD or whatever the fuck it's called. And basically, through telling a story with interference and manipulation, we're going to have lots of random occurrence and generation. So that's going to be fun. This is spelled with 2 R's, I think. Task list. Paste it there and save it. How's that? That's fair. Alright, so since we're writing in Python, we're going to write comments. So we have main, and that's going to consist of declaring variables probably, like player underscore location 100. Okay, cool. So far, so good. Now, just separate variable player. Location dictionary. Oh, hold on, we'll have to have tables. Let's not do that. Let's do this. Tab out the comments. Shit. Okay, cool. So with loot tables, we're just gonna have uncommon. Oh shit, we gotta do it this way. Uncommon underscore enemy underscore loot. Start at 0, and it'll move its way up, right? I think it's so. Guess. Just to make my variable a little bit longer, darker. I don't know, deeper is what I was trying to say. Just to make it a little bit longer. You're going to call it time of day. Just in case we get more variables later that I just start using random words for, and it gets all disgusting, and nobody can read it but me. Nobody likes that, right? Okay, now we have a location, we have an enemy, we have a loot table, we have a world, we have a player. How? Well, actually, no. So player understand. Okay, okay, we are back, and I have fixed up a little bit after a little doozy, right? It's just sitting there. nodding off a little bit. I turned the music off so I could add this part in, and it's just be a little bit more toned in, more focused, you know. So let's do it. Okay, so it works. So we were about another 10 lines, 20 lines short of refreshing the thing. So what happened there was wait, hold on. We had our switch here turned to true at the start of the loop. Loop starts. If the switch is on, it will refresh the screen. So this is how we will do it. We will run a loop that just wastes time, right? It doesn't do anything. It just moves, right? So it keeps bouncing around, checking things. But the problem with just using Python, right? Just using Python is that we are gonna have input be the mitigation for pausing. So we're gonna ask for input. So we're gonna do, oh, Sasquatch is real. And then this eye right here, this is just a test switch to see how many blanks it's gonna take to actually refresh the screen. So this is gonna be an interesting way of doing things. Try 25. Now when I go to launch it, it still has 4 Sasquatches, so we need to add 4 to that. So it'll be 29. Now, when we launch it again, it's an empty screen. Now, why is it an empty screen? Because Sasquatch is real is up here, and it scrolled down to here. Yeah, alright, that is how we're going to do it. So technically, you can accidentally scroll up while playing the game, and you could fuck everything up, because it's going to look really weird. And the longer you play, the worse it's gonna get, because that technically like saves it or whatever. So potentially in the future, just to save ourselves the trouble, we might actually have to close it and reopen it in a saves the state manner, just to save the RAM on the computer, because technically you could run it forever. You could play it for 5 days and never close it. But that's going to save all of that data into the RAM, and it's gonna be fucked. Now, oh, this was just a start. You know, this is just a demo, and I'm hoping that it actually sprawls into something interesting, because so far so good. It looks nice, right? This looks clean, like very readable, very digestible, and that's the way we want to keep it forever and always. But you know how projects get, you know how overwhelmed people get, you know, and that's an excuse, right? And the only reason things don't get done is because of excuses. So, you know.